There we are. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Arm Wrestling tonight. This is Hollywood Connelly with a double biceps. It is in the contract, a legal requirement. Ignore the sweat stains. I've been working hard here. And the man to my right, but it could be to your left, depending on which side of the camera you're looking at, is the co-host, the co-founder, the co-breather of air, the co-wearer of clothes in this very room. It is none other than the master of disaster, the king of sting, the count of Monte Cristo. It is Thunderlips, the ultimate male. It is the Siberian bull. It is your friend and mine. It is the winner of the day, Stockbridge of the Year award, the illustrious award held by the illustrious man with the illustrious beard. That is the actual award there this time. It is not a bottle of Windex as you tried to pass it off last time. It is Dave Stockbridge.
Well, thank you very much, Hollywood Matt Connelly. We've been having a lot of fun here in the studio. We've been calling the Pro Panja League Season 2, and it has been absolutely fantastic. If you have not already, then I do suggest that you head over to the Pro Panja League website now. Find out how you can watch this in the language of your choice. And if English is one of those languages you like the most, then we would suggest you tune in and listen to Hollywood Matt Connelly and myself as we step you through all of the Pro Panja League action. Pro Panja League Season 2. This is episode 2. Hollywood Matt Connelly, what were your thoughts coming out of last night's debut to the season?
Well, what an amazing start to Pro Panja Season 2, and what a stage that they've got for the athletes there. And you can see why the production level is second to none. And worldwide, this thing stands head and shoulders above everything else. So, yeah, absolutely incredible. We saw some great matches. A lot of matches that didn't go straps. We saw starts and finishes to almost every single round. There wasn't hardly any fouls. Tonight we've had a couple of fouls, but it seems to be that the flow of the show goes very nicely.
Okay, we've only really got 15 minutes before we go live. Hollywood Matt Connelly's got a quick text message to make. I was just going to draw you out and keep you talking because I could see. I wondered how long you were going to be able to keep your train of thought before you just went straight back to the message.
It's a Pravinder Bas. I'm trying to wrap.
Get onto the boss. So Pravinder Bas is there. He's front row right now at the Pro Panja League. So we'll give you a bit of a breakdown. So Pro Panja League is India's Premier League. It's the East versus West of India, and it does feature the best talent from around the country. And of course, Mazahir Saidu, it may be the name you're most familiar with if you're an arm wrestling fan and don't know too much about the Indian scene. Mazahir Saidu is the heavyweight champion. He's undefeated. But in the Pro Panja League, as much as that sounds really cool, it doesn't mean everything. What does mean everything is the team and the points that they accrue during the course of the season. So this is a season that goes for 21 days. So there's 3 weeks of arm wrestling. It's 5 hours of arm wrestling every single night, which is absolutely incredible. That's comprised of an undercard event and then a main card event. These teams, as they fight it out, are accumulating points. And of course, the teams with the highest points tally at the end of the season progress through to the semi-finals. And then, of course, on to ultimately the finals where the top 2 teams fight it out. It's run along the same kind of lines as IPL cricket. So you've got those teams are owned by franchisors. Those franchisors have procured their talent by way of an auction and have paid good money to have the best athletes on their team. The teams are representing regions within India. So those that are familiar with the cricketing scene and understand 2020 cricket, well, you'll have your head around the structure pretty quickly.
That's none of the people watching.
For everybody watching and for the rest of the world, just imagine it's a little bit like the NFL. You've got a team owner who's then going out there and at the recruitment stage of the season, what do they call that?
Scout.
When they'll scout out and then they'll have the transfers and the
like the draft,
the draft season. So it's like a little draft season that goes on there, and those franchisors go and they'll secure the athletes, get them all on board, comprise their team, bring the best team they can afford to the stage, and this is the stage. And so you've got the undercard events, which is what we're watching now. One of the really interesting aspects of the gameplay is that it is a point system. That, I guess, round for round, the undercard doesn't seemingly make a big difference. But when you get to that main card, you've got a challenge round.
Yeah.
So the challenge round. So let's just explain what the challenge round is. You'll have two athletes. An athlete will basically call out the other one and say, okay, I'm going to have a challenge round against you. So say I'm an athlete, Hollywood Matt Connelly's an athlete. I think I can beat Hollywood Matt Connelly. I call him out and say, Hollywood Matt Connelly, challenge round. The challenge round has to be in the first round, and it's a best of 5 rounds on the main card. So you have to call it out from the get-go. So you don't really know how you're going to go against that athlete. So there is a risk associated with this. But if I haven't called Matt out, if I beat him within 7 seconds of that first round, then I automatically get 5 points. But if Matt is able to hold on for 7 seconds, he wins the 5 points. And even if I happen to win the round, well, I'll only get 1 point out of that. Matt will get 5. So it's a really interesting part of the gameplay at Pro Panja. And we saw last night that Mumbai Muscle play that beautifully. After a bit of a lackluster performance on the undercard, they then came through to the main event and used that very early on to their advantage and put themselves in a dominant position and are now ahead of the leaderboard.
Yeah, absolutely. A great effort there. We're seeing a lot of celebrities that have come in as well. We had the great Carly came in last.
He was your favorite, wasn't he?
He's great. I'm a big fan of the wrestling. So, but yeah, it was great to see him on the stage, and obviously Praveen Damas and Preeti and all of the stars of the show that were all coming together to make this a fantastic production. The Drew is here. I'll say hello to the Drew, who's always the man you can rely on, the reliable Drew. 24, the 23 other clones are not as reliable, but the Drew 24 is always the one that comes for us.
I think the 24 denotes the amount of hours he's thinking about and watching our wrestling content.
That's right, exactly. And he very kindly puts the link up here for the worldwide audience to be able to enjoy Pro Panja as what we are doing. We are doing the English commentary, so you do have the option. If you speak Hindi, you can listen to it in Hindi. If you don't speak Hindi, then you can listen to us in English. So that is the options that you have available there.
Now, the really interesting thing is, though, when we do this in English, we have to do this in an Indian accent. And this is the thing. You will have to listen to us the whole time like this. No, that's not true. That's not true. That was but what you will now, we're not in India, obviously. We are here in our the demographic is shifting in the West, but it's not quite India yet. So we would love to be in India, and season 3, when it comes around, we'll be jumping on a plane and heading over and watching that, to be there in person. But on this occasion, the team at Pro Panja really understanding that there's a huge Indian diaspora around the world, and that there was every chance there was going to be some interest in this event that sat outside of India. And so in the final weeks in their preparations, decided to turn their attention to catering to that international audience. And Hollywood Matt Connelly, you were fortunate enough to get that phone call and said, well, I've got a mate, he can talk as well, and drag me along as well. So here we are calling it. Now you're jumping on a plane sometime in the next 24 or 36 hours, and then and heading to the US. So we wish you all the very best with your journey, if we don't have an opportunity to do a podcast before. But you will be on the mic and in studio tomorrow night. Then you'll be heading overseas. So I think I'm running solo that night, but then you're back firmly in control of the mic there after broadcasting live from Florida, the United States. So
the deep south.
The deep south. So now, are you going to take in any of the arm wrestling scene when you're in Florida? Are you hooking up with any of the guys down there? Chance Shaw?
I'm not sure if Chance is in Florida, but
is he not? I had it in my mind.
Maybe
it was either that or Hawaii, given the shirts. Yeah,
that's right. I'm not sure where Chance is, but I know that Adam Taranenko, who was featured on the AWE cards, he came all the way here to Australia, and he has a club there that he pulls with, and Andre Sharkovich as well. Lucky Wood she's not in Florida, but she is close enough by that I'll probably be able to jump over and get a session with her and Michael Nance, who is the coach. Phil Woody is in. He is from the UK. He says, good morning, Drew. Check out these 2 night owls. Pretty sure these Aussie boys should be getting their beauty sleep. Good to see you all. We are doing the Pro Panja League live English commentary. So they are 4 hours behind us here. So they start at 5 p.m., which is 9 p.m. for us right now. It is 11 p.m. We're getting close to the main card starting. We'll go for another couple of minutes, but we will be jumping back in to do the commentary for Pro Panja in just a minute or two.
Indeed. So it is just nearing 11 p.m. We will be going through till about 1:30 a.m. It was about 2:30 last night by the time I got into bed. And yet there is still the best part of 3 weeks to go.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, it just shows you how much the Indian public is behind arm wrestling, and 68 million people watching each episode is just unfathomable, really. Sam, Kiwi Sam, says, gentlemen with genitals. Thank you.
Thank you.
The illustrious men with illustrious beards, with illustrious studios, with illustrious Indian accents.
You try very hard.
Co-host of the best show on YouTube, AWE Tonight Show. Thank you very much, Kiwi Sam.
God bless you, Kiwi Sam.
Oh, fantastic. All right, well, we might wrap things up here, ladies and gentlemen, because we will need to get back in, make sure all the sound check and everything is ready to go. We've got about 8 minutes before we kick off the main card for Pro Panja Season 2. And so final thoughts for you there, Dave Stockbridge.
My final thoughts are, if you haven't already, click on that link that the Drew has left in the comments. That'll be your best chance to watch the Pro Panja League English language version. You'll hear Hollywood Matt Connelly and myself tonight, and tomorrow night Hollywood Matt Connelly will be taking control of the mic whilst he is overseas. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your support here of us on AWE. Thank you to, Pravin and the whole team at Pro Panja League for entrusting us with the mics and for this English language broadcast. And we look forward to seeing and hearing all of you guys on the stream. Look, if there's jump onto the future podcast. We'll still be broadcasting whilst Hollywood Matt Connelly's away. We'll be jumping in and doing the occasional podcast. So let us know what you thought of the broadcast. Let us know what you think of the PPL. Tune in now, and we'll look forward to chatting with you all very soon.